What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Mr. J. Pretty decent week. Um, not too many disappointments. But I wanted to start off by showcasing this wonderful artwork, these prints that came in my Comic Tom mystery mail call, which we'll get into at the end of this video. First off, we got this wonderful Moon Knight print, as well as this Doctor Strange print. Thought those were really cool. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? First thing we have today is New Burn, issue number 6, written by Chip Zdarsky. So this issue, we are learning a bit more of the backstory of the woman that's been following him around, his new kind of protege, and we learn that her hands, as the cover indicates, aren't completely clean. There might be a little bit of blood on her hands. Overall, this issue was fantastic, well written, paced very well. And I've been really enjoying this series by the great Chip Zdarsky. Highly recommend. Next off, the Scumbag. Trying to remember what issue this is. But this book, I liked it, and then I was kind of like, okay, what's happening here? And then this issue dove into the meat of it, showing this book is a social commentary for sure, showing both sides of the spectrum, the far left and the far right, and how awful each side is really, and we got to kind of find that middle ground, and how both sides hate the centrist side of things, as well as the absolute mayhem and debauchery in this book. There's definitely some social commentary in there. Great book. Don't recommend it for everyone, but it is for me for sure. Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 7. This series has been really good as well. $2.99 price tag. Can't say it enough. If you're not on a Spawn book, we need to support these creators that are still putting out quality work and not jacking up the prices on them. Just like this book here. The story's been really good. Gunslinger, I should say, he's preparing for a major conflict, so he's going around and digging up guns, and then people keep finding him before, being at the locations he's going to before he even gets there, and he's asking the question, how are these people tracking me? How do these people know I'm going to be here before I'm even here? But I'm not sure if the villain that they showcased in this book, I believe his name was Carnivore. I'm not sure if he was seen in previous Spawns or not, but he's a pretty cool character overall. Definitely very Wolfman-like, werewolves and things. But yeah, this series has been really good. Been really enjoying it. Silk, issue number 4. First of all, this cover is fantastic. Just the way it's done is phenomenal. The series overall has been pretty meh, but this issue was kind of fun. Silk has been aged, like her youth has been taken away, so she's kind of had to deal with her older body and learning what that's kind of like to, being in the shoes of an elderly person, and teaming up with the unlikeliest of people, J. Jonah Jameson, who is also a relatively old guy, but he's still got that energy and spunk, you know. Um, it was an okay issue, actually. But the series has been meh. I'll give it another go, see if it picks up again. The Joker, number 14. So it feels like things are wrapping up a little bit, but at the same time, it's going into a new arc of sorts. The cannibal family from the previous issues is either dead or locked up. Bane is back. Vengeance was stopped from killing the Joker by Bane. And everybody's kind of in the wind right now. And Jim Gordon's being questioned, about, what all went down. And, but the book kind of ends with an ambiguous ending of, did he kill the Joker? Did he not kill the Joker? And Batman is like, I have one question for you, Jim. Where's the Joker? And it just kind of ends right there. Thought it was really good. This series has been fantastic from the very beginning, and I'm excuse me, all on board. The punchline, backstory. Not even reading it. I flipped through it, realized I didn't miss a single thing, and move on with my life. But overall, The Joker has been a fantastic book. Robin, issue number 13. Robin is on the hunt for Deathstroke because he believes that he's the one that killed his grandfather. Batman's looking for Robin so he can find Deathstroke. Then we find out the history of, and I'm blanking on his name, this character right here. It turns out he is kind of Damian Wayne's half-brother-ish. I don't know if they've shown his history or him before in any previous series or not, but spoiler alert in this one, giving you a fair warning. I'm going to be talking about he is half Talia and half Deathstroke, and Ra's al Ghul made him Lab, so they're related partially. Interesting take. So you've got a Bruce Wayne Talia character, you got a Deathstroke's daughter character, and then you got half Deathstroke, half Talia. So there's a lot of family ties going on now. Kind of, I don't know. It's okay, I guess. But overall, the Robin series has been fantastic, and I'm still on board. Rogue Sun, issue number 3. I am happy I hopped on this series because I find it fantastic. A kind of reluctant superhero with severe family issues, like he's estranged with his dad dies, and he's kind of forced to deal with his dad's ghost, while all of his other children kind of just hate him. And then learning the ways of the Rogue Sun, and possibly there's more element type heroes out there, possibly, sounds like. And then we find out how they keep these superhuman creatures and things imprisoned. There's like a witch, a sorceress of sorts, that locks them in these little crystals and hangs them in chandeliers, and it's just it's different, it's a little bit different, and I'm really enjoying it. Berserker, number 8. So B, I guess they call him B, is in the wind. He's just kind of disappeared. And we're getting like, I don't know, we're just jumping through time, like millennia and things like that. But the company that's been working with him is trying to unlock the secrets of his, of him, and trying to replicate that for their own personal gain, obviously. This one was okay. This one was just kind of a between issue. There wasn't that normal mayhem and gore and whatnot in this one. But it was okay. It's just feels like a between issue, like a setup for something, bigger. Overall, the series has been okay, but this issue is kind of meh. The Killer Affairs of State number 3. So, I'm finally caught up on this series. I am quite surprised. I like this one. It's more, these companies are manipulating the political system by key assassinations or setting up gang wars and things like that. They do their normal daily life jobs, like working on spreadsheets and whatnot, and they find that absolutely boring, and like 10% of their job is actually going out and doing these like assassinations or things like that. The politics in it, I'm usually not really big into political books, but man, this one's actually really good. And I've been really enjoying The Killer Affairs of the State. Carnage, number 2. So, I couldn't really remember what happened in the first book when I read this one. And even after they kind of showed what had happened a little bit, I don't remember reading it. So, is the story really that good? I don't know. It's okay. I'll leave it at that. It's just an okay book. Carnage is doing Carnage things, following around a serial killer. The serial killer is trying to prove his worth to Carnage, and Carnage is trying to bring the police, the detective that's hunting down the serial killer, together with the serial killer, and just causing mayhem. I don't know. It's an okay book, I guess. This cover is really nice, though. But, I don't know. It's not really keeping my attention that hard. Silver Surfer Rebirth, issue number 4. So this issue, Silver Surfer meets other versions of himself from the multiverse. They find out that he's kind of working with Thanos in this book, and they think he might be a bad version of them, so they all begin to fight him. While he's just like, leave me alone. I'm trying to get away. They're just fighting him. And Thanos shows up, wipes the floor with all these Silver Surfers, showing his might. And then they kind of go back to the multiverse and find out who's behind all of this. And it turns out that Tyrant is back in the scene, and he's manipulating everything going on. He's manipulating Jack of Hearts to do his dirty deeds and whatnot. I don't know if this is kind of in the same continuity as the She-Hulk series, because Jack of Hearts has become very prominent in that. But Tyrant, I've always thought he was a really cool looking character, and I'm glad they're utilizing him a little more. Thor, issue 24. If you've been following this series at all, spoilers, Odin is dead. And we think that he's dead for good because his soul is trapped inside of Mjolnir. He can't move on to Valhalla because he's tried. Nobody's there. This issue mainly was several kind of mini stories told from different people's perspectives. Not that great. The beginning and the end seem to be the most important parts, the most interesting parts to me, anyway. Um, but I'm definitely going to continue reading this one because Thor has been really, really good for a while. Step by Bloody Step, issue 3. I can't remember if there's only one more issue left or if they're going to continue this one a little bit more. But I know I've said it before. This series, there's absolutely zero dialogue. Everything is told through the images themselves, and we see the girl kind of getting into arguments with the giant, and they get invited to this kingdom where there's a ball happening. There's this big gala, and the girl is dancing, having a good time, while the giant is kind of just locked out. But we see that the girl was in a specific dress, changed into this specific dress. The giant saw this, and then they used that dress to manipulate the giant into fighting a war for them, believing that the girl was killed. And in the end, it looks like the giant may have died, and the girl is very sad. This series has been fantastic, with no dialogue whatsoever. Just you get the entire story just from images. You don't need words for this series. Very, very good. Step by Bloody Step. We Have Demons, issue number 2. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. They work so well together. The images portray exactly what Scott Snyder is wanting. The story, is it great? Not really. It's not really that good. I don't know. It's different. Is it different? Yeah, it's a little different. But I don't know where they're going with this one. I don't know what they want to accomplish with this book. But I'll continue reading it. The artwork is fantastic. I mean, can't argue with that. But I don't know what they're wanting with this one. Alien, issue number 11. So our heroes are making their escape. They got picked up by another group of survivors. Turns out the survivors might not be the good people that they thought they were. This series has been okay again. It started out great, kind of tapered off, kind of picked up a little bit more, and now it's just plateaued. It's just okay. I'm wanting a little more with this one. I don't know what they can do different. Like, I'm not the writer, but I don't know. This ain't it. It's not working. We Don't Kill Spiders, issue number 4. So, I love this Black Caravan stuff. This series has been really good. Witches, Vikings, werewolves, demons, entities. It's got all that stuff. All the old magics and things like that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this book, and I think it's going to be ending soon. And you know what? I think it is a good place to end it. At least 1 or 2 more issues, maybe. somebody was telling me they thought that it was going to be only a 3-part series, but here we are in 4, so I don't know what they have in store for this book. Spider-Man issue number 1. Just got to point out this amazing Gleason cover. The Goblin Queen done in his web style. Fantastic. I love that thing ever since the first one that he did. The issue, though, itself is not that great. Sad to say, it was kind of just a blah issue. Peter Parker's getting out of the hospital and things and kind of trying to go about his daily life again. And nothing really happens. Like, nothing is happening in this issue. Tombstone is making moves, making threats. It's just, I don't know. It just wasn't that great. I'm sad to say, because it was picking up finally. Now, the Punisher number 2, that's another fantastic cover right there. This series, what can I say? I'm glad the Punisher is back and at least doing something, you know. And this is a really good one. He's trying to figure out his place in as being the leader, I guess, of the Hand. The artwork, the storytelling, the way that they're showing his emotions and whatnot, it's just done very, very well, and I'm super happy about it. Still wanting a little more, you know, but it's only 2 issues in. I'm sure we'll get a lot more in depth with this one. Let's go with The Last Ronin, issue number 5. Finally, this issue is out. We get to see the end of the story, and it's kind of exactly what you would expect it to be. Big boss battle, and then kind of goes the way you expect. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but yeah, give this one a read. Give this whole series a read. There's only 5 of them. I'm sure it'll be in its whole set here real soon. Loved this book. The artwork's fantastic. The writing was fantastic. I don't know if they could have done any more with this one. One more issue might have spoiled it. This was a good end. A good end. The Lion and the Eagle, issue number 3. I don't know what it is, but this series it just intrigues me. The way Garth Ennis writes, and the images that are portrayed with this one. I mean, he shows the good, the fun side of war, you know, that people have, and at the same time shows how nightmarish it is, and from a perspective that we're not normally see, you know, we don't normally see from World War II things, from the British side in India, you know, stories that we don't normally hear about, and the way he writes them, it's just fantastic, and it keeps me wanting more and more. I don't know if I recommend this book though. It's definitely something I really enjoy though. Rogues, issue number 2. We're in Gorilla City, and it is nothing like anybody imagined it to be. It's like a futuristic almost city, but at the same time it's like 1920s detective novel style stuff going on. This book is going to be really good. Oh man, it's good. I can't wait for issue number 3. The first 2 have kind of dragged me in, and number 3 is going to hit it home. I just got a feeling. I got this feeling. All right, and then one thing I picked up from my mail here, The Invaders, issue number 23. This is the first appearance of the Scarlet Scarab, and if anybody's been paying attention, he might be making an appearance in the Moon Knight series. So good spec, definitely good spec. We'll see if he makes an appearance or not. They've been pulling in these kind of obscure characters lately. He might be one of them. There's kind of a little nugget in the last episode. We'll see if he makes an appearance. All right, and to go into my mystery mail call here. First issue I got is, what is this called? Broken Souls Ballad. I like Black Caravan stuff, but I'm not familiar with this one. I'm going to have to pick up the first 2 issues because this is number 3 in the series. This is that Alice in Everland, I believe it's called. This is their Virgin variant of their exclusive one that they did. This one's called Soul Take. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Done by Scoot Comics. It's their exclusive. And Wolverine, issue number 2. I believe there is a first appearance in this book. Nobody major though, so that's alright. And their Virgin variant of Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number, where is it? 21. Done by Peach Momoko. Well, that is all I have for you today. If you liked what you saw, leave me a like down below. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you bought. Tell me what I should be reading. And, yeah, anything you really want to talk about, let's discuss it down below. What did you like that I didn't like? Stuff like that. I'm always open to the dialogue. If you if I can speak, if you think somebody else might like my videos, feel free to share them. Kind of hitting that stagnant point, not really gaining any followers, but more followers means more activities, maybe some giveaways, who knows. But thanks for stopping by. Join us hopefully next week for another episode of One Shot. And as always, have a good day.